Okay, let's get right into it and talk about something so many people go through, that feeling of vaginal discomfort that just won't go away. You know the cycle, right? You think you know what the problem is, you treat it, you feel a little better, and then boom, it's back. It's incredibly frustrating. Well, in this explainer, we're going to break down why that guesswork just isn't cutting it and how getting a specific diagnosis is really the only way to finally feel better for good. I mean, this is the million-dollar question, isn't it? You're doing everything you're supposed to. You follow the directions on the box, you use the treatments, but those symptoms just keep coming back, or maybe they never fully leave. It honestly can feel like you're fighting a losing battle with your own body. And let me tell you, that is exhausting.
If you're looking at this list and nodding your head, you are so not alone. These symptoms are super common, but here's the tricky part. They're also really general. A bunch of different issues can cause very similar symptoms, and that's exactly where the cycle of guesswork begins.
So let's really dig into why that guesswork, just grabbing a solution off the shelf at the pharmacy, so often fails. It all comes down to one simple fact. We're just treating the symptom, not the actual specific cause behind it. Think about it this way. A yeast infection needs an antifungal medicine to clear it up, but something like bacterial vaginosis, that needs a totally different kind of treatment. If you use the wrong one, it's not just that it won't work, it can actually make the imbalance inside your body even worse. A one-size-fits-all approach just doesn't make sense here. To really understand what's going on, we need to zoom in and look at the science. It's all about this delicate, tiny ecosystem living inside your body. It's called the vaginal microbiome. This slide really lays it all out perfectly. Imagine your microbiome is like a garden. On the left, you have a healthy, balanced garden. It's filled with good bacteria, the flowers, if you will, called lactobacillus. They keep everything happy, balanced, and protected. But on the right, when things get thrown off, it's like weeds have taken over. These harmful pathogens start to grow, the whole environment changes, and that's exactly when you start to feel all those uncomfortable symptoms. So what can mess up this beautiful garden? Well, a lot of really common everyday things, actually. Taking antibiotics can sometimes wipe out the good bacteria along with the bad. Big hormonal shifts during your period or pregnancy can do it. A new sexual partner, other health conditions, all of these things can disrupt that delicate balance and basically roll out the welcome mat for an infection. And this is the part where that cycle of guesswork stops being just frustrating and starts becoming genuinely risky. When we keep using the wrong treatments or just ignore the root cause, we're not just spinning our wheels. We could be setting ourselves up for much more serious problems down the road. This is exactly why getting a real, proper diagnosis is so important. We're talking about some serious health risks here. Untreated infections can travel and lead to things like pelvic inflammatory disease, or PID, which can impact fertility. It can also lead to chronic pain and even make you more likely to get STIs. Plus, every time we use an antibiotic that isn't needed, we contribute to the huge global problem of antibiotic resistance. So yeah, getting it right from the start really, really matters. Okay, we've talked a lot about the problem with guesswork. So now let's talk about the solution. There is a way to get a clear, definitive answer, and it's with a specific diagnostic tool called the High Vaginal Swab culture and sensitivity test. It's usually just called the HVS test. So what is it exactly? Well, put simply, the HBV test is a way for doctors to take a really precise look at what's actually going on in your microbiome. A sample is collected right from the area where these infections often start, which allows for super accurate analysis. I love this slide because it shows the two-step process that makes this test so incredibly powerful. First up is the culture phase. Think of this like detective work. It figures out who the exact culprit is. Is it a specific bacteria, a certain type of fungus? Then you have the sensitivity phase, which finds that culprit's weakness. It tests different medications to see which one will be the most effective at knocking it out. See? No more guesswork. All right, now that we know what the test is, let's look at how it actually creates a clear path from that diagnosis to real effective healing. This is where we turn all that information into action. So here's a quick look at the key details. The test name, again, is the High Vaginal Swab culture and sensitivity. It just uses a simple swab sample, and it relies on that awesome culture and sensitivity method we just talked about. And the best part? You'll typically have clear results back in about 3 days. It's quick, it's precise, and it gives you actionable answers. Now, to get the most accurate result possible, there's just a little bit of prep you need to do. It's really important to avoid anything that could interfere with the sample. So that means no intercourse, creams, or douches for a couple of days before your test. It's also best to schedule it for a time when you're not on your period. These simple steps just help ensure the test gives a true, clear picture of your microbiome. And this right here, this is the ultimate payoff. This is the end of the guesswork. Instead of some generic approach, you get a treatment plan that is tailored specifically to you, to the exact microbe that's causing your issue, and to its proven weakness. This is how you finally break that miserable cycle of reoccurring infections.
So, what's the big takeaway from all this? It's that you don't have to just live with the frustration and the uncertainty of symptoms that keep coming back. Getting clarity is absolutely possible. Your body deserves real answers, and with the right diagnostic tools, you can finally heal with total confidence.